All right, let's dive into this. Today, we're tackling one of the absolutely highest stakes challenges an IT director can face right now. We are talking about the incredibly complex, highly human element of migrating away from VMware Cloud Foundation, or VCF, straight to a purely physical infrastructure. We spend so much time obsessing over licensing, hardware procurement, and those dreaded 2 a.m. downtime windows, but honestly, none of that matters even a little bit if the people actually pushing the buttons aren't ready. So this explainer is completely focused on the director's migration training checklist. We're going to give you the strategic roadmap to ensure your team isn't just surviving, but actually thriving during this massive transformation.
So, look, I want you to ask yourself a really tough question right out of the gate. Is your team actually ready for this migration? And I don't mean, have they skimmed a PDF or watched a couple of vendor webinars? I mean, do they truly have the raw, bare metal skills required to survive cut overnight? Because moving off a highly automated, beautifully abstracted environment like VCF, it completely strips away the safety nets. If a physical switch goes dark or a routing loop pops up in the middle of your migration, does your staff have the muscle memory to fix it without leaning on a hypervisor dashboard?
Now, our source material points out a massive trap that so many organizations just blindly walk into. They put it pretty bluntly. Procuring training before confirming the stack is a budget risk. And it makes perfect sense, right? Unprepared, uncoordinated training isn't just a waste of everyone's time. It's a severe financial hazard. Misaligned courses waste your budget, and honestly, worse than that, they create this false sense of confidence. So locking in your actual infrastructure decisions has to happen before you drop a single dime on a course. Okay, to get us all properly aligned, here is our roadmap for this explainer. It's a clear, chronological, 6-step plan to structure your project. We're hitting the strategic mandate, defining the target stack, the pre- and mid-migration checklists, building a knowledge system, and finally, a concrete 30-day action plan. Let's get into it.
Step 1. The strategic training mandate, and exactly why training readiness determines your migration success.
It is fascinating to just look at the contrast between these two environments. Right now, your team is probably fluent, maybe even rock stars, in the abstracted world of VMware VCF, vSphere, NSXT, vSAN. But the target state? That's a brutal reality check. We're talking bare metal OS provisioning, physical networking, hardcore SAN/NAS management. You cannot treat this kind of training like some routine check-the-box HR exercise. Bridging this specific skills gap is quite literally your ultimate operational risk mitigation strategy. If you don't inventory these specific gaps today, your migration is basically guaranteed to stall.
Which perfectly tees up step 2, defining the target stack, or locking in decisions before you spend your budget.
Take a look at this role-based training needs matrix from the source material. It absolutely proves that training is not a one-size-fits-all deal. It just isn't. Whether you're going with Proxmox or Hyper-V for your hypervisor, Cisco or Aruba for networking, Pure Storage or NetApp, each one of those choices demands a totally distinct vendor-specific training path. Your systems admins, they have to laser focus on bare metal and OS provisioning. Your network engineers have to totally master VLAN design and BGP to replace NSXT. And your storage folks need to get deep into the weeds of iSCSI and LUN provisioning. You need extreme tactical precision for every single engineering discipline here. All right, moving to step 3, your pre-migration training checklist. This is all about phase gating your timeline.
Listen, for an IT director, this list right here is your holy grail before a single piece of hardware gets moved. First, get that skills inventory documented. Once you've got that, make absolutely sure your target stack is confirmed and contracted. From there, get your role-based training matrix officially approved and budgeted. And hey, do not forget to budget for lab infrastructure and backfill coverage. Because a training plan without milestones is literally just a wish list, right? So map those milestones directly to your migration project phases. Finally, identify your migration champions and enroll them in that first advanced cohort so they can lead the charge.
And this brings us to a massive, non-negotiable phase gate. No migration phase begins until prerequisite training is completely signed off by the responsible manager. You have to build a clear RCI model here. Who assigns the training? Who delivers it? Who tracks completion? Ambiguity right here will completely kill your momentum. You have to forcefully implement this rule. Managerial sign-off is your only trigger to move forward.
Let's keep rolling. Part 4, the mid-migration training checklist. How to structure real-time learning when everyone is under stress.
I absolutely love this insight. Look, when you are in the thick of the chaotic mid-migration phase, hardware stress and weird incidents are going to happen. We've all been there. But the research tells us to powerfully reframe these moments, treat every fault as a curriculum moment. That first bare metal OS install or RAID configuration, those are irreplaceable, hands-on moments. Errors that happen in a supervised migration context are learning events, not performance failures. You're training under fire, and that's incredibly valuable.
Which brings us to a really magic number. 15. The 15-minute debrief rule. Interestingly enough, post-incident analysis is flagged as the single most effective training event of the entire project. Think about it. An incident happens, the team fixes it using the runbooks. But what happens right after? You mandate a 15-minute debrief to document the root cause, the resolution path, and the prevention measure. Every single time, no exceptions. So, your mid-migration ops checklist needs to have a really tight daily rhythm. Keep that War Room Knowledge Hub active and buzzing. Use those competency sign-off sheets for the critical tasks. Execute those 15-minute debriefs like clockwork, and feed those lessons directly back in your living runbooks immediately. But remember, as an IT director, your real job in this phase is monitoring the human layer. You've got to keep morale up and actively watch for burnout signals or skill anxiety, because sustained stress is the real enemy here.
Almost at the finish line. Part 5. Building a knowledge system for post-migration operational resilience.
When the dust finally settles, you have to turn those highly stressful temporary cutover lessons into permanent institutional IP. How? By setting up living runbooks with actual named owners. Because we all know undated, ownerless runbooks turn into massive liabilities real quick. You also need a highly searchable internal wiki for common failures. And frankly, you need quarterly fire drills to keep that muscle memory sharp. Simulate a switch failure or a VLAN misconfig, time the resolution, and then debrief. Finally, push your engineers toward advanced vendor certifications like CCNP. Because let's be real, critical knowledge that lives entirely inside one engineer's head, that's an operational risk, and it's a huge succession planning failure. All right, finally, part 6, your 30-day action plan. This is the final countdown to training readiness.
Let's make this super actionable. Week 1, you hit the ground running by launching that skills inventory survey across all IT roles to see exactly where your VCF proficiency and bare metal readiness stand. Week 2, lock in that target stack, your hypervisor, networking, and storage vendors. By week 3, you're building out that role-based matrix and actively demanding your budget for lab environments and backfill. And week 4, that's when you enroll those migration champions into the first training cohort. Because when they succeed, it acts as the ultimate proof of concept to get the rest of the team completely bought in.
Just a quick shout out before we wrap up. All the foundational research and the essential strategic roadmap we unpacked in this explainer today comes directly from Virtualization Options LLC, a really solid technology research and advisory group. So I want to leave you with one final kind of provocative thought. Training readiness literally is migration readiness. You have to start this process now, not at the project kickoff. Every single week you delay compresses your training runway and massively increases your cutover risk. So the only real question left is, are you starting your inventory today? Take this checklist, get your people ready, and go execute that migration with total confidence.